England, France will face off on Saturday in one of the other quarterfinals. The Three Lions have outscored their opposition 12-2 so far, but it is going to be a very tough ask to keep Kylian Mbappe off the score sheet, especially with the form that he's been showing. But, Robbo, have you been impressed with what you've seen from Southgate's men so far?
In certain periods of games, the first game against Iran, they played excellently, not just with the ball. They scored, obviously, the goals, but they won the ball back. I thought Declan Rice and Bellingham in midfield, whenever the ball broke down or they tried to play it forward Iran, they won the ball back and started the next move. They were very clinical in their finishing. They were very poor against USA. You know, USA, I thought, were the better side in that game. And in the first half against Wales, they struggled to break a poor Welsh side down. And that was only in the second half when they scored a goal early on. And against Senegal for the first 35 minutes, I thought Senegal were the better team. But England have that belief. They've got quality players. The wide players, Foden and Saka, are going to probably play again. They've been in top form when they've been playing. Harry Kane still, you know, he's not been in his best form, but he still comes short to allow people to run beyond him. And the two midfield players, I think, have been excellent. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham have been absolutely outstanding. So England have done some good things, but I don't think they've been outstanding.
What about Southgate specifically then, Robbo, and the decisions he's made?
Southgate is a very good man manager. I've said it many, many times. And if he picks the right side and everything's going well, he's a good manager. His problem, it's been proved over the years, is when England start to have a problem in a game. You know, if the French start to dominate the play and cause them problems, he's not quite sure how to change it. Or he's shown in previous big games, he hasn't been able to change it. We saw it against Croatia. We saw it against Italy in the final of the European Championships. It's obvious to everybody he needed to make a change and what the change should be, but he doesn't do it. Now, if they start well against France, they control the game, go 1-0 up maybe, I think they will probably go on and win the game. But if they start poorly and France dominate, that's when he struggles to change it. So, I'm still not overly convinced by Southgate.
Let's take a look at what Matty Cash has had to say about Kylian Mbappe, shall we? This is Poland's Matty Cash. It is high praise as well, indeed, about coming up against him. He said, I said before that Sterling was my toughest opponent when we faced Manchester City. He was brilliant. Sterling's rapid, but Mbappe is electric. He's my toughest opponent by far. Kyle Walker is brilliant, and he's rapid as well, but Mbappe is on a different level. When Mbappe gets the ball, stops and moves, he's the quickest thing I have ever seen. Stevie, that is some high praise indeed, and no surprise either.
Are you coming to Stevie because Stevie's rapid, according to himself?
Faster than Daley Blind, maybe.
Listen, when you get a guy like him, there's only one way you play, and that is bring him inside to the traffic. You have to. When that ball goes to whatever side he plays on, if he turns up on the right or generally he'll be on the left, the whole midfield, the whole back line has to get across and bring him inside. Because you can't give him anything wide. He's just too quick. And you can't stand off him because he'll pick a pass. So all you can do is double up and get across and shove him across the field to where all the traffic is. That's your only chance.
The problem is that when you fear the speed of the player, even before he shows up on the field, now you start to anticipate, you start to sort of guess as to where he's going to go so that you try to beat him to the spot. The problem with Mbappe is that he's got this dip of the shoulder move in which he looks like he is really going hard to the right and then dips over here and then goes that way, and whoever is trying to pick him up, by the time they react, he's already celebrating.
So when you're sitting on the couch, you actually go over yourself?
Yeah, he goes this way.
You find yourself doing that, watching.
And then that way, and no chance. It's just too much.
Where is he?
Yes, it's just too much. And so because you know it's coming, and this is what I think is most impressive. You know it's coming. He can tell you that he's going to dip to the right and then take off to the left. And then you see it. You react to the right, react to the left, and he's already gone. When you cannot stop a guy, when he tells you what he's going to do, when you know full well what he's going to do and you still can't stop him, that's when you know you're dealing with something special.
So, Shaka, other than pray, what can you do when he's bearing down on goal?
Not a whole lot, I'll be really honest with you. You're just trying to minimize the damage that Kylian Mbappe brings when he's on the park. To Matty Cash's statement, Kylian Mbappe and Raheem Sterling are two very different players. Both very quick, But Mbappe is so far superior a finisher than Raheem Sterling that it's just not a fair comparison. And to Stevie's point, as much as you want to take away the line from Mbappe, you invite him to come inside to the traffic. That's what Poland tried to do, and look what he did to them, and with two incredible finishes. So I say all that to say, when you come up against talents like Mbappe, talents like a Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo in his pomp, I'm not sure that you can stop them. You try to fashion a plan just to minimize the damage, and then, as you put it, Kay, you pray from there on in.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.